to the Deeva Show. I thank everybody. I thank everybody for tuning in. I thank you for your commitment, for your consistency. As I always say, um, welcome, welcome, welcome. And I'm trying to have my eyes in two places at the same time, but it's kind of difficult. So just bear with me. I just want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning into the Deeva Show again. We're on Sador Radio. Normally, we're on Sador Radio from 10 to noon every second and fourth Thursday. But with everything going on, I had to change the time that I was coming to you all today, but I'm coming with some information. One of the things I said is make sure that you have a pen and paper so I can give you information that you can utilize, because we're talking about the industry, of course. We're talking about current events that are going on. So I wanted to give you some information that you can utilize in the industry, give you a little update on what's going on with DEU, talk about the stimulus just a little bit and what's going on with the stimulus. I don't know about you all, but I'm just going to say, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on COVID. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the stimulus. I am going to focus today on giving you some tidbits and some information on what's going on in the industry, what you can do with your productions during the time that we're on downtime, as they say. But as an entrepreneur and an artist, you're never on downtime. But I do want to give some information for those that can use a little help keeping things moving along while we are in the middle of COVID. So first and foremost, like I said, I'm going to hit a couple of things. This stimulus thing. Every single day, I get a YouTube video from, I guess, people that are doing these YouTube videos and collecting information from our newsfeed to give us information on what's going on with the money that they're giving out. And I'll just tell you, yesterday just blew my mind, because I know everybody needs help, and that $1,200 didn't go far. However, there was an introduction for a $10,000 a month stimulus. It's like, what? Where is this money coming from? And you mean to tell me y'all going to give all Americans $10,000 a month? Okay, we already knew that bill wasn't going to fly. But only reason I'm commenting on it is because there are so many senators submitting suggestions for these stimulus checks for everyone. And thankfully, they finally came to a conclusion for those that are receiving Social Security, that they can receive some type of relief during this financial crisis. So I'm thankful that they were able to come to a conclusion with that. However, just understand, people, that we're getting all of this information in reference to how much money that they're going to be giving us. But understand that a lot of times they shoot high and then the negotiations start. And once they negotiate, some things are going to be taken out, some things are going to be put in. But I honestly do not think that we are going to receive $10,000 a month. And then it was another one that was supposed to be $6,000 a month, and so forth and so on. So just I'm going to say, relax. What I've done with the videos that I have received is I look at the beginning of the video to see, some of them are valid and they do give you good concrete information. But just understand, for me, and I would just say for some, the negotiation process is so tedious. If you can't tell me what is going to happen, when it's going to happen, then I'm moving on. Thankful that they are in negotiations to try to give Americans that are in need relief. I will say that that's a good thing. As far as COVID is concerned, I give shout out to everyone that is actually, on the forefront, taking care of those that are in need. Want to give a shout out to those that are on the front line. Also making sure that people are being taken care of as far as their essential needs. So and I said yesterday, one of the groups that I didn't see much talked about is our mail carriers. You know, people waiting for checks and then they waiting for the mail checks. They're waiting for the mail checks, but who's bringing those mail checks? And they're touching mailboxes and they're stepping and walking up onto people's personal property at a time where um, we're trying to keep our social distancing, but it's so much distance that they can keep when they're trying to deliver your mail. And it's very important that we receive the mail, because the bottom line is if you didn't get a direct deposit that you get, then you get a paper check. So if we didn't have our mail carriers out there uh, delivering the mail, so we need to thank them and appreciate them going to work every day, because I'm sure it has to be difficult to do that job, especially in the conditions that we're in right now. So I wanted to touch on that, and I wanted to send a prayer to all of those that have been touched by COVID, those that have survived COVID. Thank you. Thank goodness that you came through it, and say a prayer for those that have lost their lives during this COVID. So that's my portion that I wanted to give as far as talking about COVID, as far as talking about the stimulus package. And now we're going to get into some grease about the industry. And I asked people, what are you doing with your productions? And I am now, I had to shut things down. I mean, one, because I'm a essential worker with both of my jobs. That's number one. And the other part of it is there were people that were a part of my cast and part of my crew that were dealing with family members and friends that have been touched by COVID in one way or another, having to schedule funerals and select who could be at the funeral because you have 10 people or less. That's extremely difficult. So for me, I had to put a pause on my film Witness, but trust and believe that it's coming. It's coming along with other projects. Now, I do want to give you some information about what you can do if you were already in production and you have footage that you is going, because the bottom line is that we have to keep moving and keep functioning, because if we just sit still and watch the television, we're not going to get anything done. We're not going to be productive. So there is a, I guess you would say it's an app that you can use to share information with your editor. As a producer, you can share a producer, writer, director, what have you. You all can collab and communicate about different scenes, where you want to cut the scenes. You can even put like bubble notes of where you want to cut the scenes. So in the aspect of it, if you have, say for instance, if you already have footage for the first parts of your movie and it's something that can be blended, because you know everything is not shot chronologically when it comes to filming. It's about locations. You want to make sure you get majority of your shots at the same location. You want to knock that location out all at the same time. You don't want to be bouncing around following the movie along. You just want to conquer. If you have it at a school, you have 6 different scenes at a school, and you know that it's going to be different days. Well, then you plan it out to do the first day, then do the clothing change, do the second day, or what have you. That way you can go and start moving around to finish the film. Then you're not bouncing back to location or location or location. Locations cost money. So this is an app that was shared with me. And like I said, when people share things with me, I don't have a problem with sharing it with you. This is an app that will allow you to share film clips, communicate, also share your comments so that your editing process can keep moving. And it's called frame.io. And I understand people use a lot of different technology to do it, but this is also just to add on to let you know what you can do to keep it moving. And it's frame, FRAME.I, the letter I, and the letter O. And when you go into it, you'll be able to maneuver and work it out, take step by step. And, you know, you can YouTube anything to figure out how to maneuver and how to work it. But like I said, if you were already in production and you have footage that you want to keep it moving forward so that when we come out of this, that you can keep moving forward with the production and with filming, then I would suggest to use Frame.io. It's an absolute wonderful tool that has been used in the industry, and I like it. So I'm sharing it with you all. Something that you can do during COVID instead of letting your footage sit dormant and not move along. So I'm going to move on to the next piece of information, because today's show is from 4 to 5. I didn't want to not come on, but like I said, with the 2 jobs and working essential, it's been just a little difficult. I'm trying to work it out with my schedule, but I wanted to make sure I brought y'all this information. So the next one that we have is Sundance. You all know that, you know, I do a lot of work with Sundance. Sundance currently has, I got to plug in. I think my plug was taken out. Hold on 1 second, people, and I'll be right with you. I just got to plug in real quick. All right, there we go. So Sundance has a members group, and the members group that they have will allow you to collab with other filmmakers and other artists and other screenwriters. And basically what it is that not only do they have that where you can share, but they also right now currently have some free webinars. And what better way to actually find out some tidbit information as far as writing is concerned, as far as producing is concerned, directing is concerned. It's phenomenal. If you go on to Sundance Collab, now Collab is COLL, and the LL is actually 2 backslashes. So it's CO. I'm trying to figure out, something went wrong with my communication. Hold on 1 second, Facebook. All right. It's trying to catch up with me. With other filmmakers and other artists and other screenwriters. It's trying to catch up with me. Basically, what it is that not only do they have that. This is weird. You hear this? But they also right now currently have some free webinars. And what better way to actually find out some tidbit information as far as writing is concerned, as far as producing is concerned. 1 second, Facebook. Directing is concerned. If you go on to Sundance Collab, now Collab is CO. It's crazy. It's talking to me. And the LL is actually 2 backslashes. So it's CO. I'm trying to figure out, something went wrong. Okay, all right, fine. My communication. I gotta wait until I stop talking so I can start talking. I know it sounds crazy, right? All right, I got the headphones in, but I'm hoping that y'all don't get feedback. Just trying to catch up with me. Basically, all right, so this is weird. You hear this? So Facebook, I gotta wait for. This is on technology. I'm waiting for technology to catch up. And what better way to actually find out some tidbit information as far as writing is concerned, as far as producing is concerned. 1 second, Facebook. Directing is concerned. It's phenomenal. If you go on to Sundance Collab, now Collab is CO. It's crazy. It's talking to me. And the LL is actually 2 backslashes. So it's CO. I'm trying to figure out something with okay, all right, fine. Communication. I gotta wait until I stop talking so I can start talking. I know it sounds crazy, right? All right, I got the headphones in, but I'm hoping that y'all don't get feedback. That's terrible. All right, hold on, Facebook. This is weird. You hear that? So Facebook, I gotta wait. This is technology. Technology catch up. I'm having some technical difficulties here, people. One second, Facebook. If you go on to Sundance, it's very and the arrow is actually two backflashes. So it's C-O. I'm trying to figure out something. Okay, all right, fine. I gotta wait until I stop talking so I can start talking. I know it sounds crazy, right? All right, I got the headphones in, but I'm hoping that y'all don't get feedback. Hey, people. All right, hold on, Facebook. There's something going on with my sound. Let me see something. All right, so that's what I'm going to do, people. I'm going to play some music. I'm going to see if I can play some music. And matter of fact, I'm gonna end the stream on YouTube, and I'm gonna bring it back up. This is insane. All right, so it's still going, and I'm trying to turn it down, but I'm having issues, technical issues. So I'm trying to get this volume down, figure out how to do this. It's running all by itself. Y'all already know what to do. Once things keep acting up, go to the old task manager. If it'll come up. Hold on, people. I have no idea what's going on, Mark. Yes, I can't even shut it off. I can't even go to my task manager. That's what I'm trying to do. I did Control Alt Delete. And it's not doing anything. It's just sitting here doing this. I have no idea. Wait, I'm just gonna do automatic shutdown. I don't know what's